Let's create this drawing in a few simple steps. I have already created the sketch and a color palette, which are available for free under this video. First, let's go to our layers and bring the opacity of the sketch somewhere around 40–50%, so it's easier to draw over it. Next, we are going to add a new layer above. Click to your color wheel and select the second brown color, so the second in the third row. For our brush, we are going to be using the monoline brush from Calligraphy set. Click on it and make sure your stabilization amount is 56% and your minimum size is at none. We are going to set the brush size to 18% at 100% opacity. Now we are going to outline the shape of our hair. If you want to undo a mistake, tap with 2 fingers to go one step back. Now we're going to simply drag the color inside of the shape that we created. Next, we are going to select the lightest green shade, so the second one in the second row, and create a new layer. We are going to drag this layer underneath the hair. We are going to outline the dress. Make sure you start over the edge of the canvas and continue over the edge on the other side as well to close the shape, so we can fill it in with color like this. Next, we are going to select the first color in the first row and outline the neck. Create a new layer and drag it below the dress. And now we're going to outline the neck. Again, you need to make sure that you close the shape, even though you can't see it under the dress, so that we can fill the shape in. Next, we are going to create the facial features. Go to your colors and select the darkest color we have, so the fourth color in the third row. We are going to create a new layer above the neck. Let's bring the size of our brush down to 6%. We are going to create a lash line first. And I'm just going to fill it out manually. Now let's do the other side. I see a little mistake, so I'm going to clean it up with eraser. By holding the eraser, you select the same brush you were just using. Next, let's switch to our third color in the third row. We are going to outline the eyebrows. Again, you need to make sure you close the shape so we can fill it in. And do the other side. Create a new layer and drag it underneath. Now let's switch our color to the darkest green shade, so the fourth color in the second row. Again, make sure you close the shape up and that you outline the irises as well. For this side, you can create an oval shape and then hold to create a smooth shape that you can adjust. We're going to do the same in here. Now let's focus on the nose. Select the second color in the first row. We're going to create an oval shape and hold until it snaps to a perfect shape. Now let's do the lips. Select the fifth color in the first row and outline the shape of the lips. Now switch to the sixth color in the first row and create a middle section. Now select the fourth color in the first row to fill the lips in. You can click Continue Filling, so you can fill with one click. Now we're going to create a new layer, drag it underneath, and we can also pinch all the facial features together to create one layer. Let's switch back to the first color in the first row and outline our face. Switch your brush back to 18% size and follow the lines of the shape. If you want to adjust your drawing, you can go to Adjustments, Liquify, make sure Push is selected. I'm gonna bring the size down a little bit, somewhere around 30%, and adjust the shape a little bit better to align with our sketch. When you're happy with the result, you can just click on Adjust again. Now we need to close the shape up, so I'm going to pick up where I left off, close the shape behind the hair with the ear so we can fill it out. Now it looks a little strange because the whites of the eyes are missing, so we're going to do that next. Create a new layer above the face. Select white, so the first color in the second row. Switch your brush back to 6% size. And we're also going to bring the face layer opacity lower so we can see our sketch lines. Now we can outline the eyes. And simply fill it in. Now let's do the other eye. Next, we are going to go to our layers and bring the opacity of the face back up. We can also pinch these two layers together to create one. Next, we are going to go to our sketch layer and create a new layer above. Select the third color in the third row and bring your brush size back to 18%. Again, make sure you start at the edge of the canvas and close the shape up. You can't see what I'm drawing because it's behind all our layers. But now if we fill it in, you can see. So we have all the outlines ready and we can start adding some details. Click on the background layer and select the last color in the first row. Next, we are going to add some details to our dress. Select the third color in the second row and bring our brush size back to 6. Click on our dress layer and add a new layer above. We are going to outline the shape of the sleeve. If you hold, you can create a perfect line. Something like this looks good. Now we can fill it in. Next, we are going to create a clipping mask. Create a new layer above, click on it, and select Clipping Mask. Now everything we draw on this layer will only be visible above the layer below. Select the darkest green fourth color in the second row and switch to Airbrushing Soft Brush. Bring the size down to about 3%. And as you can see, everything we do only shows on that layer below. We're going to just bring a little bit dimension to this. Focus a bit more on the left side of the line, just to bring in a little bit of depth. Now we can pinch these two layers together. We're going to add a clipping mask to this layer, so everything we draw on this layer will only show on top of the dress. With our airbrush still selected, we are going to bring a little bit of shadow to the shoulder. I think that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to click with 2 fingers and do it a little bit lighter. Just a bit. You can also bring a bit of shadow along the hairline. I'm not going to create too many details since this is a tutorial for beginners. Next, we're going to switch to our second color in the first row and go back to our monoline brush. Click on the neck layer and create a new layer above it. Once again, we're going to add a clipping mask. Go back to our 6% brush and let's add a little shadow under the neck. I'm actually switching back to 18. As you can see, everything only stays on the neck layer. That looks good. We can pinch these layers together. Now let's click on our face layer, add a layer above, and create a clipping mask. We're going to add some shadows that the hair is creating. I also want to add a little shadows from hair strands we're going to add later. Switch back to 6% size and create a little strand of hair shadow. Just like that. Let's go to our layers. And we can pinch these two layers together. Let's go to our top layer where we have our hair, create a new layer above, and create a clipping mask. Switch your color to the third color in the third row. We are going to add a few strands of hair just to create a bit more detail. Now select our first color in the third row. And and we're going to add some lighter hair strands. Next, select the last layer above the sketch and create a new layer on top. Again, add a clipping mask and switch our color to the last color in the third row. We're going to add a few hair strands to this portion of the hair. Now let's switch to our second color in the third row. And we're going to add a few lighter strands. Now we can clean our layers a little bit. We can pinch these together, and also we can pinch the two on top. Now select our hair layer on the top and switch our color back to the second one in the third row. We're going to add a few flyaway hairs. You can add as many as you want. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Let's also add a few hair strands to the face. Go to your layers and click on the layer above the face. Again, you can add as many as you want. Switch your color to the fourth color in the first row. Let's go back to airbrushing, soft brush, make the size somewhere about 4%. Make sure you don't press too hard since this is a pressure sensitive brush, and let's add a little bit of blush. Feel free to add any details you like, such as beauty marks or freckles, but for the purpose of this tutorial I wanted to keep it simple. So this is it, thank you for watching.